It's Friday, April 24th. Hold on, let me just adjust. Um, this is the current update. I got a CT scan week and a half ago, I guess. Yeah, it was last week. And it showed some abnormalities. My lymph nodes, there's like, I guess 3 of them that are enlarged, which are like center line here somewhere. They think that's what's causing the cough that I have. There was also an issue with the lung, so they decided to schedule me for a PET scan, which basically is putting nuclear dye, in a sense, throughout my body to see what lights up, which could be cancer, could be inflammation, could be irritation or infection. Um, there's no definitive answer with it. It just, if there's something wrong, it lights up. So originally the PET scan was scheduled for April 30th, which would be next week. But I asked to be put on a cancellation list so that if it could get done sooner, I would prefer that. So I got it done 2 days ago. Um, or maybe yesterday. Might have been yesterday. I'm not even sure anymore. So much shit going on. So PET scan shows there's an issue with one of the lymph nodes and the other 2 aren't far away. They're smaller, but there's also issues with them. And there's still an issue with my lung. So basically, the issue with my lung is from the time of the surgery, my lung collapsed. Whether they caused it, um, they might have just nicked the lung and then it got, inflamed or whatever, and it swelled up and it, collapsed on its own, or they actually punctured it. Can't really tell what happened, but I did have a collapsed lung back when I had my surgery. Now, I knew I had 2 drainage tubes on that side and I had issues with it. I couldn't breathe. I was on a ventilator because of the collapsed lung, and I remember being on the ventilator. I remember them taking it off. I couldn't take deep breaths or anything like that. So I had quite a bit of issues with the lung and its healing for a while. I actually get a numbness, like a numb kind of feeling where that lung is on my right side. So I still have an issue with the lung. It's never fully healed. But when I got out of the hospital, they decided to put me onto radiation right away to eradicate the one lymph node, which from a PET scan showed that it dissolved, that there was pretty much no cancer in it. Yet I still had to go for radiation because there might be a minuscule amount, is what I was told. Instead of just going back in, waiting till I healed and just doing a surgery and removing the lymph node, in period. That's what should have been done, but it wasn't. So, anywho, now I'm at the point where I've got possibly the eradicated lymph node and 2 other lymph nodes that are basically lighting up like a Christmas tree. No idea why yet, but they light up. And there's a problem with my lung. So I got canceled for any more treatments. Oh, after the radiation, I got chemo and immuno. So again, my lung never got a chance to fully heal without being bombarded with other shit. So now I have a cough that I've had since radiation. Don't really know the true cause of what's, causing the cough, but I have one. So now I got referred to a pulmonary doctor, lung doctor, and I couldn't quite understand why originally. All I kept thinking is they did this PET scan. They really need to do the biopsy on the lymph nodes to see what, is really wrong. Like, is it just inflammation or an infection in there, or is there really cancer? So I go to the pulmonary doctor visit today, and basically what they wanted to do was schedule me right away for the biopsy. But the biopsy that they want to do, which is on the 3 lymph nodes, and they also want to check my lung. It's the doctors that fucked my lung up in the first place. So this should have been like treated and done immediately versus what I'm now going through. And now I got to go through biopsy. So I got to get put under yet again to see, what's going on. If they would have just waited on treatment and just let my lung heal, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Maybe I wouldn't have lit up like a Christmas tree. Who knows? I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but at this moment, I have to get the biopsies done to see, what's up with the lymph nodes, at least the 3 of them that lit up like a Christmas tree at this point. As for my lung, no idea. All I know is there's something not right with it. That I can tell. It hasn't been right since I left, since the surgery, basically. There's always been an issue with my right lung. So I really don't want to go through the rest of my life having whatever issues with my lung, or, finding out I do have cancer in the lymph nodes and it's palliative because they don't want to remove them. That's not going to happen. It annoys me more. Originally, I was very, very upset when I found out, there was a problem with my lymph nodes, because your first thought is, okay, the cancer's back. Now what happens? They're going to put you through more treatment. Everything's going to just be a lot worse than, before, or you spiral downward, basically. And I'm like, it just scares the hell out of me. So yeah, I was very upset for an entire week. Now, looking at things and knowing I'm going to get the biopsies, I'll be damned if they tell me I'm palliative, where I have to live the rest of my life with the cancer and they're just going to treat it and not do anything. No, we'll get a second opinion and we'll get the shit removed. I'm not going to deal with that kind of diagnosis. But at the moment, let's just put it aside and let's just see what the outcome is of the biopsies. So that's not going to happen until May 4th, which I doubt I can get in any sooner, which is fine. Leave it at that and see how things go in the interim till I get there. So I'm just so frustrated with everything. Like, it's just, if stuff would have been like done differently, or maybe they admitted, well, I guess they did tell my husband that I had a collapsed lung, but I'm not sure if they really said that they caused it. But I mean, just own up to, you fucked up this, let's figure out how to fix it, instead of let's just keep doing this and let's do that and let's do this and let's do x-rays and let's do scans and whatnot. No, let's stop and fix the fucking problem. There's an issue with the lung. Let's address that issue and fix it. Let it heal. The lymph nodes. The lymph nodes could be triggered with, the issues with the lung, because I never got a chance to fully heal. And I went back to work probably way sooner than I should have, which I think I was forced on that issue too. Who knows? But even still, I'm tired of complications. I'm tired of issues. I just want to be healthy and normal. And I can't even fucking get to that stage at this point, because I get such a runaround with this and that. And, well, we're concerned about the lymph nodes and your PET scan, and they're not going to do any more treatment until they get the, answers, which means they have to do a biopsy to really know whether or not there's cancer in there. That's the only way you're going to know. I had blood work done for tumor markers, but it didn't really show anything. So, and that's checking only for esophageal, or like stomach kind of cancer. So it's not really a great indicator for, tumor markers. But at least I have a baseline and it's a start. Because now moving forward, if anything happens, you can check from the previous results to the next set. But I'm tired, I'm frustrated, and I'm just sick of it all. Like, I understand now why the life expectancy is so overly short with esophageal cancer. Because when they go in and start messing with shit, and if things get fucked up, you're now at the state that I'm at. So it makes sense why you only get like a 1 to 5 year prognosis on this type of cancer. So we'll see what happens and, see what the biopsy results come back with. And I'll be able to find out a little bit, I hope, before the doctors do. But we'll see what they say when they get the results. Peace, so mote it be.